Welcome back, everybody, to CoinPicker.us. We're going to review what's going on in the scorching hot crypto market. Let's just take a look at the big picture. Um, let's look at the overview on CoinPicker or on TradingView right now, and you can see that there's just overall positivity in the market with big moves on the uh, essentially the big tech. So dropping down to crypto, we've got a scorching hot move on Bitcoin. Started somewhere in the 43,900 area and is now up to 461. Now, that is a huge move and the strength is absolutely enormous. It is overbought. That's fine. It can still keep moving higher. Ethereum also shows some good movement, but essentially half of what we've seen in Bitcoin. And what that's saying is that the altcoins are out of favor relative to Bitcoin. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at all the coins in the market and get a big picture here. Actually, that's not what I wanted. Here's what I want. Let's get the big picture here, and then I'm going to highlight two coins that look like they have some movement potential, and they're starting from nothing. So the kind of thing where you throw a couple bucks at them, and next thing you know, you've got a small fortune, a great story to tell. So Bitcoin is it's saying it's up 5%. It's actually up closer to 7 or 10% almost in 2 days. And Ethereum is half as much. And that's basically the story with all of the altcoins. All of the altcoins are not getting the love. It's Bitcoin is in the main driver's seat. And if we look at Bitcoin versus let's see, go to the big exchange, Coinbase, although they'll all read basically the same. We're gonna see that, look, it's even on the daily basis, it's not overbought by a long shot. It still has a lot of movement left. Now in CCI, it is overbought. In my indicator, this is the middle one, the high probability coin picker indicator is what it is. In my indicator, it says it's got more room to run. Now, typically, um, on a bull market move, you can get basically higher readings on CCI. So I'm using primarily oscillators. I'm going to add momentum indicators as well, but primarily oscillators. And this is saying it's got plenty of room to run on a daily basis. Now, earlier on one of the other videos, I said, look, it's toppy on a weekly basis. It's definitely toppy, and it dropped a little bit. It burnt off. It can go quite a bit higher, so we still have room to run. Now, CCI says it's in the fair zone for running. What if we went to the monthly, which is a really big picture? Monthly says it's definitely in a bull. It's got room to run. CCI says it could drop. So we've had a whopper move here from 15, 16 all the way up to 48. So CCI is saying it's dropping. Mine says, hey, it definitely is in the upper zone, but it still has some room to run. So this is more accurate for timing. We'll see how it unfolds, but right now my indicator looks like it's doing a better job, and that's on the monthly movement. So that's quite a bit of time for you to evaluate. The day movement is a much better one. CCI says it's topping. My indicator says no, you still have some room to run. So this may not be a great entry point necessarily, unless you're in the long term holders. But for those of you that are trading, you can hold out probably and get a better price, but be ready if you want to take a little bit of a profit or even go short, because as you can see here, like right here, my indicator uh, picked a fantastic spot to short, and you would have caught a heck of a ride. Same thing here. You would have caught a beautiful. You might have gotten head faked out, but not by much. Beautiful ride down. So we're not at that zone yet. We're not at the zone. It's great. So hold tight. Now let's take a look at ETH USD and see what we're at. Plenty of room to run, not as toppy by a long shot. Plenty of room to go. That's on a daily basis. On a monthly basis, let's see what we got. Monthly basis, my indicator says it's got room to roll, so we're definitely in bull market. CCI says, it's toppy, but look at what is really toppy in the CCI world. So this is just getting a little bit. My indicator says we definitely have room to go on a weekly basis. Let's see where we're at. Weekly basis looks like we have a slight reversal or trending a little bit. And on a daily basis, let's see, daily basis looks like it's still good to go. So Solana's been pretty hot lately, and uh, I bought in and sold out of Solana. It's got room to go. Totally room to go. Now on a weekly basis, it's topping, and that's one of the reasons why I sold out. My indicator says yes, it's got room to go on a daily basis. On a weekly basis, it was definitely toppy, and we'll see how it goes. Um, I wouldn't say that monthly basis way toppy, but I wouldn't even trust the monthly basis. I'd say more on the weekly and daily basis. Weekly basis, it's my indicator says it has more of a downtrend. Daily basis still got room to roll on the upside, so you can play it for a good move up. Uh, and I bought in and sold out on that. Now Zeta Chain is one I have been playing around with, and let's see here. Daily basis doesn't even work very well on it. It's so new. Yeah, it's still it ran up really high, so CCI says it, but on my indicator, it's still got some room to go. Um, the hourly basis says we're definitely on a downward trend. Definitely on a downward trend for the hourly basis. So, you know, I would give the Zeta chain is so new that I would give it some time to mature before we can really determine what's going on with it. ACS is another one that's been pretty exciting lately. Um, Huge monster, big money maker move right here, and my indicator called it pretty accurately. CCI got completely fooled. Completely fooled. My indicator said, nope, you still have room to roll. And it bounced down and bounced down. But ultimately, my indicator finally said, okay, hey, it's time to get out right here. And it's not far from there right now. So it might have a downward trend on an hourly basis right there. I don't know what we can get out of maybe 3 hour basis. 3 hour basis says it's pretty safe to ride up. So I'm hanging on by ACS for a while because I think it's a reasonable one. Now here's an interesting one, Media Token. Um, Here it is, Media Network. This is Solana Media Network. Uh, Actually looks pretty solid on a day basis. Yeah, pretty solid potential up move on a day basis. Weekly basis. Hmm, not really super toppy. So media looks like it's got some room to roll as well. Pretty decent, pretty decent potential on a daily basis. It is, yeah, it's got decent potential. It might be leveling out a little bit, but it definitely has some upward potential. Not a huge mover, I don't think. I don't think you're going to double, triple your money, but you could make 25% in the not too distant future. Now, there is one that's actually, I don't know if we can even get a reading on it. Stacks. Yeah, let's see what Stacks is doing. So Stacks is an interesting one. Yeah, it's topping on CCI, but it says it's got room to roll if you trade Stacks. But long and short of it is that we are in a bull market for the time being in crypto, which is surprising somewhat because we have an economically restricted interest rate regime. But a lot of people just want out of the dollar. And with the ETF, it's much easier to get into Bitcoin and to get into crypto. So I'd say in general, it's safe to hold on for whatever tokens you've got. Just make sure it's a legit token generally. Make sure it's got pretty, like Zeta it's a legit token. It's got a huge following. ACS, same thing. Not actually, ACS doesn't have nearly the following. Media does. And of course, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum. But Ethereum, in my opinion, and I know the Ethereum fans are going to hate me for this, there's so many better options in Ethereum. For everything you ever want to do, there's so many better options. Solana is one of those options. There are a bunch of other ones. Cardano could be potentially. In fact, let's take a look at that now that you mentioned. Think about it, USDT. Let's see what Cardano is looking like. I haven't looked at it in a long time, so I don't know. It's on an upward trend, and it's nowhere near overbought or anything like that. And if we looked at it on a weekly basis, wow, it could really rock it. Little toppy on the weekly basis. which means it's trying to just catch up lost ground. My indicator says it could go back up, but it's not from a massive oversold position, which is where you get monster moves. So Cardano, I don't know if it's got a heyday coming. Let's put it that way. But anyway, this is CoinPicker.us, and I appreciate you showing up. I'm going to do another bigger picture overview pretty shortly for everybody getting involved in trading crypto because this is a great time to do it. And we will talk to you soon.